How far away is it, do you reckon?
About 50 minutes.
That's not too bad,
Aye.
The spooky weather's gone though as well.
It sounds like.
A bit of thunder and lightning would have been nice for the adventure we're going on. So shall we start with these then? Shall we see what
Let's do it.
So Chillingham Castle, you've been before?
I have been before.
But during the day?
I've been twice during the day.
Okay.
Once when I was like 10 and once was like 2 months ago.
Right. So let's see if we can teach you something new with what we've got here. So Chillingham Castle is widely regarded as one of the most haunted places in the country, with hundreds of paranormal events being recorded. Dating back over 800 years, this castle was built for one purpose, and one purpose alone: killing.
Nice.
And this is directly from the internet, so it must be true. That old internet. In the heart of the Northumberland Castle was the first line of defence preventing the Scots getting over the border to invade England. Chillingham Castle has existed since the 13th century. In 1298, King Edward I stayed at the castle while on his way to the Battle of Falkirk, where he defeated William Wallace. That's impressive, like Braveheart.
Right.
So from that we're gathering just a king stayed there once. Fair enough. Nearly half a century later, Sir Thomas Grey was granted a licence to fortify the castle in 1344. By 1348, the castle was transformed into a square structure adorned with towers at its corners. Since that time, the castle has remained similar in appearance, with the exception of its outer curtain walls linking the towers. Curtain walls, never heard of it. Which are presently much higher. So this next part is where I definitely become potentially one of the most hated people ever to go into Chillingham Castle. Throughout the years, Chillingham Castle was involved in various border skirmishes between England and Scotland. Additionally, it was under siege in 1536 when the Percy family of nearby Alnwick Castle attacked with cannon fire during the Pilgrim of Grace rebellion against Henry VIII. So my little background story to that is my granddad was Scottish, which makes me a quarter Scottish, and my wife's maiden name is Percy, and her granddad has sort of gone back through their family tree, and they're from the Alnwick Castle breed, so the spooks could really hate me if we were to bring that up at some point.
By associate, like me as well, because I'm like with you, so I'm more worried about me, to be honest.
Well, like we said though, all we need to do is just outrun Beth or Chris.
The thing is, not really, it's a ghost.
Yeah,
it can teleport and that?
Yeah, it can go through walls.
Even in Scooby-Doo, when it was someone dressed up as a ghost, they can still teleport. So
that's true.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who's the slowest and who's the fastest.
That's a major flaw with Scooby-Doo, that though, isn't it?
And hasn't the castle got wheelchair access? I think it has, so that's not really fair, is it? Oh, what if there's someone in a wheelchair on the crew? That might be. And then we don't need to worry.
Well, that's true, eh? So what you see, we'll just put like their brake on and leg it.
Well, yeah, definitely. Oh, just leave it up the stairs, on the top of the stairs, whatever. They can't do stairs, can they?
I mean, I guess they could technically get down the stairs, but it would hurt.
And then spill out and just be crawling along the floor. Actually, that would be creepy as well. I don't know if I'd rather be followed by a ghost or like a creepy, like disabled person crawling along the floor, because that would freak me out.
If it was a disabled person crawling on the floor though, and it turned out to be a rabies ghost, then it's game over, isn't it?
How would a disabled ghost crawl on the floor?
No, just a normal disabled human being, and it just happens to be a rabies ghost that's chasing them.
Alright.
Because like we discussed briefly, rabies ghosts are the worst type of ghosts.
Yeah, but I bet it's worth like, you know.
It is.
People are waiting to like.
It is. So I looked into this today, following our discussion, and it is an incubus.
Is it though? Isn't that some kind of vampire?
Right, I'm going to double check
a succubus must be a vampire then.
Well, suck would surely suit a vampire more, you would think. Based on the drinking of blood. Nothing else. Right. What should I search for?
Horny ghosts? Rabies ghosts?
Not rabies ghosts.
Horny ghosts?
Horny ghosts. Don't want to type anything with the word rape in it, I mean.
Rapeseed? That's like...
Okay, I put that in rapeseed, So the first thing that just comes up is something called 13 erotic ghosts. horny ghost of Osama bin Laden. Trading with horny ghosts. You asked how to attract a ghost sexually.
Fucking hell. So does that mean, right, there's different rules to attract?
Horny ghosts are frequenting pole dancing joints.
Fucking hell.
Okay, is any of these that takes your fancy?
Well, I'm wondering, right, how to attract a horny ghost, is that different to attracting the ghost when it was alive? Because every person's got the quirks, right? But when they become a ghost, do they become particularly horny as a ghost in a different way to that they're horny when they're alive? Or is it just if a ghost is horny, then that's one way to attract them? I don't know. But what I was thinking, right?
So I've done a search, what do you call a horny ghost?
Right.
And the first thing that comes up is Big Mouth Review, Netflix puberty comedy. What's going on here? And the other one is again, how do you attract a ghost sexually? Maybe I should have a look on that. Well, that's quite a scary picture, look.
Oh, that's
someone lying in bed.
Ah, but that's a horny woman ghost? So that's not as bad, is it? Isn't it?
Oh, so are you thinking more about a gay ghost?
Well, you're just an opportunistic, like...
Predator. Ghost sex predator is what you're talking about.
This whole time you've been thinking of a woman horny ghost who's going to, like...
Right, I'm just going to read this to you. So I don't know if we might get told off for using this person's name on camera.
But I'll just do it.
So do you know Keisha? With the dollar sign, yeah. Claims to have Frenched a ghost. The Paranormal 2 actress alleged to have had sex with one twice. Anna Nicole Smith felt one crawl up her leg en route to Vagina Town.
Hold on, when they say crawl up my leg, was it a midget? Was it a midget horny ghost? What the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, going to Vagina Town. And now they're starting to talk about bloody Patrick Swayze and stuff. I don't know.
He wasn't really a horny ghost, though, was he? He was just like...
What if I search just incubus? No, well, I think it was more the... No, he wasn't a horny ghost, he was just an annoyed ghost.
Aye. He was like, oh, I'm dead and that, and I can't speak to Demi Moore. So he spoke to Whoopi Goldberg and that. He wasn't horny. He didn't get rapey, did he?
Didn't he sing a song about Henry VIII to Whoopi Goldberg to drive her mental?
Oh, maybe. Oh, it's
Henry VIII, I am.
Aye. Oh.
See, we've just linked Henry VIII and Patrick Swayze into our first little podcast thing.
But the rapey ghost thing, right? Because I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, like, I mentioned it here. The only protection, because you can't run away from a rapey ghost because they can teleport and that, and then, like, go through walls and stuff. You can't, like, lock them out. So I was thinking, like, really tight pants is the only way you could.
So incubus, a male demon believed to have sexual intercourse with sleeping women.
It's a demon though. Is that not?
So I'll see what succubus is then instead.
Oh, that'll be the woman version.
Do you reckon?
Aye.
Yeah, a female demon. So it's very much demon related. So rapey ghosts are demons. I don't think you just get a normal rapey ghost unless it's an incubus or a succubus.
What I think they mean is if a demon gets rapey, you can have like a weird demon child. But if a ghost gets rapey, they're just having fun. I don't think because how can you have a ghost kid? You can't. Like a rapey ghost wouldn't get a woman pregnant, but a rapey demon would. Because like Rosemary's Baby and stuff. That was like demon babies.
That's true.
But you can't have imagine if a woman, right, was pregnant, right? So she goes through the whole thing, she's like 9 months pregnant, she's massive. And then she's like, oh, in the hospital, pushing it out. And she plops it out, and that's just now there, because it's a ghost. Can you imagine how good it should be? That doesn't happen. You can't get ghosts.
I've definitely never heard of that. I can confirm I've never heard of this. So maybe you're right. Okay.
But anyway, the rapey ghosts, I was saying, tight pants, I was thinking would be a good defence against them. Because if they're proper tight...
But you don't want to go to bed in tight pants, because it said they'll only do it sleeping people.
But what's the alternative? You can't get raped by a ghost.
You'd have squashage.
Well, I know, but this is the only thing. But anyway, I've already thought of a flaw in my plan, because I was thinking, you can't lock them out, because they're all ghosty and they just like go through doors and stuff.
Yeah.
So they'll probably just get the little John Thomas out and go through your pants. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how tight your pants are, they'll still be able to ram it in there, but they'll just go straight through. So
I mean, you're right.
So they'll go splooge all over you, and you'll still have to like get off your tight pants, and you'll be covered in like ectoplasm.
You're literally going to be covered in like pajama glue from a ghost.
Well, exactly. It'll be a bit like the jelly gun, where like your pants are stuck to you, but it would be all like splooge, ghosty splooge.
I won't want to have to ask me dad to help us with that one.
No, definitely not. We need an exorcist with that or a priest. But so
how do you go to a priest and go, I've got this problem? Can you help out? And he just comes in with these rosary beads or something.
Well, it's part of the job.
I just move house.
That won't work, man. I honestly don't know the answer.
Do you think that they follow a person? Do you think they like just follow you?
Well, it's like a creepy stalker. If like they say a lass and they're like, oh, like a live one, and they'll follow around in that. A ghost can do that even more because then just walk through our door and stuff.
And teleport.
Aye.
Bad eggs. Wouldn't want to do with that.
So honestly, I just hope we don't get any rapey ghosts because I don't know how to get rid of them. I haven't got a clue.
No, I'd like to say we'll just have to go to the local parish and say, yeah, I've got a real issue. There's a ghost trying to. It's a sexual predator.
And another thing, because it's like a ghost, right? So if it does like ghost rape you and then splooges, and it's a man ghost, does it have to recharge like a normal man? Or does it
like
just
give
go
itself
again?
time?
Aye. Like, because they're not alive, so maybe they don't abide by the rules of law. And like, they just keep going. Like, imagine that.
So it would be like a full-on sex pest as well.
Aye.
But they'll only do it in an evening.
Well, it seems that way.
So maybe they use
all these verified witnesses and victims are saying, it's a nighttime thing, isn't it? So
seemingly, yeah.
Was that a pun?
The lowest form of wit. Okay, so next part. It has a truly amazing yet horrific history, and that's why it's one of the most haunted places on Earth. That's impressive.
Fair enough.
The dungeon is a very small room with markings scratched into the mortar where prisoners have kept count of how many days they have left to live. The prisoners could expect to have their arms and legs broken before being thrown 20 foot down a hole into the oubliette.
Wait a minute. The prisoners are scratching at the wall how many days they've got left to live.
Yeah.
How would they know that? Like, traditionally, they just scratch in every day, so there's a line for each day. Do you know what I mean? And then they'll do like a little 5, then they'll go on.
Well, maybe
how is it backwards?
Well, they're not sentenced.
It just still seems backwards. You'd imagine they're just walking off the day.
I mean, based on based on the other stuff I've got here that we'll come to later, it just seems to be sort of like a spur of the moment thing a lot of the time, to be fair. Maybe we've picked up a flaw there. And I don't think Alan Robson mentioned this in his thing that we're listening to again.
No, he was too busy going to the toilet and that.
He's going to the toilet and talking about bloody
breasts that
knobs and bollocks.
Knobs and bollocks and breasts that are too far apart.
Just any sort of genital mutilation.
yeah.
Was talked about, wasn't it?
Like if we took a tally, boobs were right down there on the mention list. There was maybe 2 mentions of boobs, 17 mentions of like naggers.
Naggers, knobs,
anuses. You like the anus?
Butthole came in a lot. Okay, I've lost where I was at now. Oubliette and left there to die, either from starvation of their injury.
Yeah.
Would you do that if you were like, oh, I'm going to die soon unless I get something to eat? Would you eat a dead body? What if you were in a plane crash? Do you remember that time there was a plane crash and they just started eating the dead to survive?
Well, that's the Donner Party as well, who did the same thing back in like the 1800s.
Would you do that?
It's hard to say, really, isn't it? I think
we've briefly talked about this. So if like someone was saying like, oh Dan, would you like a bit of foot? And I'd want to have some questions.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but have they ever had athlete's foot? I
wouldn't eat a foot because there's no meat. What are you going to eat on a foot? Can you imagine?
No, but if that was just the only option, you're like, right, I'm going to have a bit of chew on the flesh that is there.
Well, hold on.
You don't want to be chewing on the flesh.
Is this from a dead person?
Yeah.
We don't eat the foot. Like, cut the whole leg off.
No, but what if that's the only bit left? It's just the foot and the toes.
Who the fuck ate the rest of it?
I don't know. But I'm just putting it out there for you. You don't want to be eating the foot that's got athlete's foot on it.
You just don't want to be eating the foot?
But let's just say there was no alternative. It was only the foot left for some bizarre reason. I mean, we can cook it if you want, but it's still got athlete's foot, is what I'm saying.
Aye, but you could burn it off, man. Like athlete's foot's like fungus and shit, isn't it? You could burn that off in the fire.
I mean, that would put me off eating the foot, knowing that there was athlete's foot there.
It wouldn't be like mouth-watering or anything, but if that's the only thing.
So we agree.
But there's no meat on a foot, though. I'm still like, what's the point?
No, but okay, let's say we've been there for a few weeks and we've ate all of the good parts, and we're like, we're just down to like the foot now. Like, we won't have to eat this. would you take on the foot?
Well, by that point, I'd have a taste for it, wouldn't I?
But would you still not want to know a bit about, like I say, has he had athlete's foot?
Well, yeah, preferably, but most people, when they die, they don't leave you that kind of information.
No, but you'd be able to see it, surely.
I don't even know what it is. It's fungus, isn't it? I haven't got a clue. Did you see it?
I mean, I've never had athlete's foot.
I've never had it. I don't know anybody who has, but it sounds minging.
For some reason, in my mind, it makes your foot go green, but I don't think that's right.
Probably not.
I bet you it just makes it flaky. Like dry skin almost, or something like that.
Oh, it's great. Well, if you like put that in a fire or something, that would like burn off the flaky skin. It would be alright.
Barbecued foot. Fair enough. So they'd eat their own flesh and other people's flesh. Many people have experienced things here. Orbs have been seen and photographed, and some people have actually picked up emotions from the room. The room has a depressing feel to it. So that sort of takes on to what Alan Robson was talking about a bit, because he said he could smell depression and stuff.
You can taste it, apparently, yeah.
Could taste and smell depression and that sort of thing, and this is that you might start feeling depressed.
That's nice.
And this is at the oubliette. So didn't Alan Robson as well say that there's a little girl down there?
Apparently. Well, I'm sure when I was there was like chicken bones in it. I didn't see like... Ah, yeah, that's what it looked like. Didn't it?
Alan
Robson, human.
Alan Robson definitely said it was a 12-year-old little girl.
Right, we'll find out. You can have a look yourself, but I might be wrong, I don't know.
Right.
The thing is, why would you just leave them there? Like, they're out in the open, like, you just bury them. Why would you leave, like, a little kid's dead bones in a hole?
Ah, it's cruel, really, isn't it?
Kind of.
If it is true.
We'll see.
And he did seem to mention all sorts about bones. At some point, didn't he mention a mummified head being on a bloody spike?
He did.
Why would you keep that? Like, get rid of that. You don't need that. Because when, you know, this castle was bought and families started living there, you don't want to be like, oh, you know, we'll get rid of the dungeon, but we'll keep that head on that.
But no, the thing is though, you don't, right? But because like nowadays, what else would you use like a spike for? So you take the head off, you wouldn't use it for anything else, would you? What else can you keep on a spike?
You don't want a dead head on it. Come on. You imagine it being smelly as well.
That's mummified though, honestly. Once things mummify, they don't smell minging anymore.
It's just not a nice thing to look at though, is it?
Well, it might be facing the wall, might be alright.
Do you think if you bought the castle you would spend much time in the dungeon though, I guess? I'd turn it into a games room.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's big enough for like a pool table and that though.
What dungeon?
It's just little. Like, you don't make a roomy dungeon, do you?
Well, like it's
when you're building a castle, you're not like, oh, let's make it like luxurious and like spacious. That's not what you're thinking when you make a dungeon. You want cramped, dark, damp.
Do you want it cramped though? Because I mean,
of course you do.
It means you can get less people in and torture them.
You don't torture them in the dungeon. You keep them in the dungeon, then you take them on to torture them. I think that's the crack, man. They like sleep in the dungeon.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, I think I am right.
Because it says next up is the torture chamber.
So yeah, exactly. So
right.
You don't want a spacious, luxurious.
No, I see what you want. You want like a rat infested.
Just a
shit
hole, basically. Yeah.
You want it to be the pits.
Exactly. Or just literally a pit. So yeah.
Okay, so next up is the torture chamber. Nearly all of the torture emblems